Hey guys, Connie here from Blissfully Creative. Today I'm here with a 9x12 scrapbooking layout, and I am using the kit from my scrapbook room. This is the September kit. I'm just really, with this layout, I'm really just using the mixed media part that I got, because I got the main kit and the mixed media kit. So they were some, hang on a second, Color Blast Color Shimmer Dust, and I got two colors in the kit, and I got the Duke color and a green color, which is called Paris. So here I'm just using my clip. Sorry, I was just reaching for the glimmer dust. Sorry, it was on the other side of the room. So I've just clear gessoed my page because I wasn't sure how they were going to react, and I probably didn't need to do it for this. So I'm just spritzing some water. That's just some water in a little spritz jar bottle I've got, and I'm just using my paintbrush, just a small paintbrush, and just dropping some on to my page. You don't need a lot because the colour is really intense, so you don't need to use much at all. So I find using a small paintbrush, it's just, I can just, limit the amount of the dust that I'm flicking onto the page. So I've just put down the blue one, the Duke colour, and I just dabbed off some of the colour with some paper towel because it was a little bit too bright for me. So I've gone off and heat set that because I have no patience and I can't wait for things to dry. And now I'm going to be adding the green. It looks yellow, the dust looks yellow, but it's actually that really gorgeous green there. So I've just done the same process. I've just spritzed my page, used my paintbrush, got a little bit of the shimmer dust, and just put some on, and then moved my page around to sort of get it to run a little bit more, and just used the paper towel just to dab it up a little bit because I didn't want it really bright. So now I'm just going to use my heat gun and set that, and I'll stop recording here in a minute because this takes a little while for me to heat set because I do the back and the front to try and get the page as flat as I can. Okay, so now I'm back, and those two doilies I cut on my silhouette. I just downloaded those from the Silhouette store, so and cut them out just on some white cardstock, nothing special. And they're photos of my daughter. A few weeks ago we went to the McCulland Art Gallery, which is a outside gallery near where I live, and because there was apparently huge Pokemon stops and stuff like that. So we went there for just a couple of hours and walked around and looked at all the art while Georgia, my daughter, tried to catch Pokemon. So it was sort of like a double thing where we went and had a little bit of an outing, and she got to do some Pokemon hunting. So she loved it, and so I just picked a photo of her and just some of the art that is on display at the gallery for my photos for this layout. So now I've just, that paper there is just computer paper, plain everyday computer paper, and I've just used that little notch, I don't know what you want to call that, punch. I've had that for a long time. I'm pretty sure I got it from Stamping Up. And just to add a little bit of detail to the edges there. And I'm just doing my layering up now. Now I've just started doing this layering up technique because I have been obsessed with what is it, Purple Mailbox, that's her name on YouTube, and I think her website's Soap House Mama, and her name is Ashley Oliver. And I've been obsessed with her scrapbooking layouts and the way she uses layers and different papers and just everyday papers to layer behind her photos. So I'm sort of, you could probably say I copy her or I'm using her as my inspiration, I should say. Because she does different types of paper, and so, but I'm just doing this kind of paper. So that book paper there, that is out of an old dictionary. And what I did, I thought I'd be smart, and I would rip out the word adventurer because that was up the top, and I used that piece of paper. So that book that I just showed, the one that's just up in the top there, just off the frame, that sort of has the hello and the paintbrushes on it. I picked that up at Typo the other day, and it's just a book. I think it's meant to be like a journal where you just do journals and stuff, like journaling and all that sort of stuff. But when I flicked through it, it had the best paper, you know. I was just like, oh my God, I can rip this out and use this in my scrapbooking. And it was on sale for only $5, so it was an awesome bargain. So I'm going to use a page out of that. And I'm just using my tiny attacher. It's not a Tim Holtz one, it's a Close to My Heart one, but it does the same thing. And just stapling my layers together. See the paper in that book, it is just awesome. It's a book full of that kind of paper. It's just, I couldn't believe that find. That was just the best. That's my favourite finds this week. So I'm just doing up my layers there, fiddling around with my layers. This seems to take a while sometimes, but I love doing this. I really do enjoy this. I enjoy this so much more than actually using embellishments. If you can hear any noise in the background, that's my daughter coming home from her friend's house.
Pardon?
And hi Georgia.
Hi.
And yeah, so she's just coming in from her friend's house, and yeah, so because I've got everyone home. My husband's in bed sick watching the footy, and my son's in there watching it with him. So I thought I'd quickly do this voiceover while the house was quiet. So I finished up my layering, and with the two little photos, I have just backed them with some vellum, just some basic vellum that I had some offcuts in my stash. So I like to use all that up. So now this is the process of the rearranging and the embellishments, because we all know how I'm not good with this, but I'm pretty happy with this, how this one worked out. And that's my son calling my dog Blossom, because it is now 6 o'clock and that is her dinner time. So if you hear all that noises, I do apologise. I was hoping I'd get this voiceover in before any of this noise started happening, because I knew it was coming. So those embellishments there on my table, they have come from, I think they're the Maggie Holmes. I can't remember which kit, but I had them in a little, its original box, and my darling daughter decided that she wanted to steal them from my craft room, take them out of their little box and put them in her room. And I found them later. So I've taken them back off her, so they were just dumped on my desk. So I thought, while they're there, I may as well try and use some of the little bits and pieces before I found a home for them. So that's what they are. So they weren't a part of the kit. And this Heidi Swap sticker set is from the kit, is from the main kit. So what I decided I wanted to do with this, because the letters were so thin, I thought I would just cut them out, so then I could move the title around, so I could decide exactly where I wanted it to go, and it was easier to do because I still lifted on that little bit of plastic. So I'm just fiddling around with this, and like I normally do, and then I do go off and I glue everything down off camera, because I find that it's a long process, and it's probably, you don't really want to sit there and watch me do it, and the fact that I have to find things to say about it while I'm gluing stuff down, which is pretty boring. So I think I go in a minute. No, I'm just punching out some hearts here. That's just a cheapy heart punch I picked up at a cheapy shop. I can't even remember when, because I've had it for so long. So I'm just punching some hearts out of that book paper so it all sort of ties in together. So that's pretty much it. So I've come back now and everything has been stuck down. Just a couple of little bits there I'm going to stick down with my glue. But pretty much everything has been stuck down there with glue, and that's my title. And I used that little piece of that off cut that I took out of that typo book, and I just journaled, hand wrote, journaled, whatever you want to say, and put what the photos were about, and then just cut them into strips. So now I'm just adhering. Oh no, this is where because I've put a little tag there and there's a hole there, I have to add a bit of twine in there. I was going to go for a thread, but then I thought a twine because it's more like earthy to me, and it sort of suited the theme of the layout. So that's what I've done there, and I'll just stick down that adventure because I was happy with that placement. And then I add some little stars, I think. Yep. No, I add that world there just under the adventure title there because I thought it sort of looked really cute to sit under there. And then those little stars, they all came off that Heidi Swap sticker kit that came in the main kit. And I'm just going to pop some stars around, and there was that extra star down the bottom which I added up in the top corner of the photo. So now I'm just going to get my grey lead and do a little bit of doodling. This is another little detail that I've sort of grown to love. So I'm just using my grey lead and just going around the edges and adding a little bit of doodling, and yeah, and I also do use that to do a little quick border around the edge. It's just a real sketchy border, not straight at all, not really fast. I just really love that sketchy look, and I'm really loving the grey lead. So that's pretty much it for me today. So I want to thank you all for watching, and if you liked this, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Magical fingers!